Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's me, Dukect, back with you once again. And, well, looks like WWE is in a bit of a pickle now because, since, if you haven't read the news, most of the people who are trying to watch WrestlePalooza that's happening today of recording can't because of the rights issues that ESPN didn't make with these certain cable and streaming stuff like YouTube and Cox and Comcast and such. And the reason why is that WWE rushed this whole thing. They want to get this whole DTC, direct to consumer service, live and right to the people quickly as possible, getting out of their whole Peacock deal. And it's it's kind of hilarious and sad. And the reason why it's hilarious and sad is because they did all this just to compete with AEW and everything else. And you notice how many times they tried to compete with AEW and such, it blew back on them. I mean, no one's talked about the American Bash since they went right with AEW all in, and it was completely forgotten about. No one really cared about it. You had they tried to do stuff with Saturday. I mean, they tried to flood the zone. It didn't really work. And now they're doing this. They're bringing back all these people. They brought back Goldberg. They brought back Brock Lesnar without all the drama Brock Lesnar builds. And now you have AJ Lee, who people have been clamoring for the past many years because he felt like the way she ended the whole thing was just abruptly, and she missed the Divas revolution and such, even though she was one of the forebearers of trying to make women's wrestling somewhat relevant in the WWE at that time, because she just, it was a really bad time. It was very bad. And people were excited about this. They're doing all this whole, all this other this, and then I think it's just rushing stuff. And, hearing reports that it was going to be another championship match, but it looks like the reason why, because they didn't want to overload it's this show, which, by the way, it's right back to five matches, by the way, and multiple versions of ads. So that's what you're getting for $30, by the way. By the way, the pay-per-view is going to be $30 for the people who can't get it. So, yeah. Unless you, get a VPN. Like, I think Stephanie's Place podcast said, get a VPN so you don't have to deal with ads and such. Oh, by the way, you can get the VPN and have an Netflix subscription. You can basically watch all the PLEs and all the type of stuff right there on Netflix. So that was a bang up job, by the way. Jam up job, by the way. Just perfect, beautiful. But yeah, this is, but yet here we are in this situation, and it's hilarious about it. But now it's sad because WWE is fracturing its whole base and such. It's fracturing it. You know what I'm saying? Well, look at this. And I saw this meme there a couple of weeks ago, and it pretty much illustrates my point. You got Monday Night Raw, the subscription. Let me just look at this, the meme, ladies and gentlemen, and tell me that am I wrong and all this other stuff here, because the meme, it says right here, Netflix it costs like $7 a month. That's with ads. That's like $8 a month for Raw. Netflix doesn't have the entire Raw library. USA and Peacock and SmackDown, that's like standard with ads, and that's like $131 a year, or the annual plan for $109 a year. Available via cable or YouTube TV, another fee, and missing the Raw and NXT weekly libraries. ESPN or YouTube, you have to pay $29 a month, $359 a year for YouTube. A cable users have ESPN will get this at no extra cost at $900 a year for YouTube. Estimated total at the cheapest option is $563. And then you got 1 year Netflix, plus Peacock, YouTube TV for weekly Raw, weekly SmackDown, monthly PLEs, and W library. It is over $1,000. And the last thing is the WWE Network was $9.99 a month. So this again, it looks like I put there, WWE's rushing ESPN, and they're rushing, people are going to be rushing to Piracy. Because this is what you're fracturing your whole library. You're fracturing it. And And that's the sad part because WWE has a huge matchup library, but now they're going on YouTube with WCW stuff. It's on YouTube now. NXT stuff is on YouTube, and WWE stuff was going to be on YouTube, and it's sad and frustrating because that when I had the network and I got the network, I watched like multiple old stuff, new stuff. Everything was there, and it was nice. It was really good. And the only time you can get the network now is like in Germany. That's all the places. Germany has the network. You have the whole libraries. That's where it is in other countries. Now you don't get that. You don't get the network. You don't get that in America. There is no network anymore. There is this. There is this whole fragmented, system we have now, and they'll look at you and say, "Why is people going back to piracy?" It doesn't make any sense. But for these people, they need money, and they're just trying to find all these other resources and everything else. I mean, look at that whole ESPN deal. It's just they got $1.6 billion for 5 years for the PLEs in America because they really want to try this ESPN service. So they are really hoping for subscribers and everything else. So hopefully, there's no real big controversy about that happened this week or anything else. Hopefully there's no really big, like something really stupid happened and they got rid of someone, late night host, and then that people saying people saying to boycott ESPN, Disney, and Hulu. That'd be really stupid. Oh wait, that did happen. So yeah, add on this to the whole the dumpster fire as well. So yeah, we are just betrayed by just stupid executives who are, stupid, idiotic executives, doing these type of things. And now we're stuck with this whole mess. And now you wonder why people are running towards piracy. But hey, that's just me. I want to hear what you have to say. It's Dukect here. Peace, love. See you when I see y'all later.